The other day, something weird happened. I saw my ex. But when I saw my ex, I didn't recognize her. She looked totally different. When I say my ex, I'm talking about one of my exes, because I had quite a few over the years. I did not recognize her because, number one, she gained so much weight. I didn't recognize her because with the weight gain, her face looked totally different. I didn't recognize her because not only her face looked different, her voice was different. So she came up to me and said hello, and I had no idea who she was. Imagine bumping into your ex and not recognizing her. Imagine not recognizing her because she's not 19 anymore. She don't look the same as she did before. She doesn't have a body like this. But the funny thing is, you still look the same. Really? Listen to the end and listen to what happened when I bumped into my ex. Coming up next. The funny thing, I'm walking in the mall and minding my own business like I used to do, like I usually do, minding my own business. And when I mind my business, I like to do what I need to do. I like to go in and come out. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to converse with anybody because a lot of times I'm in a rush. I'm a busy man. A woman came up to me and said, hello, how you doing? Me being a gentleman, said hello. How you doing? And had no idea who she was. She was one of my exes when I was in my mid-20s. And she was a few years older than me. Now, being a few years older with kids, you know, she wasn't like this. She was very attractive. I mean, she was on the thick side, like most of you women. 14, size 16. Thick woman I should say. Didn't recognize her. All of a sudden, when she said hello, I'm looking at her and realized this was one of my ex-girlfriends, and we were together for a number of years. Things were good for the first years, then after that, things went sour. The last 2 years of a relationship, it went bad. It went really bad. But it was a good thing that we departed our ways, because sometimes, even though we've been together for a long time, sometimes you got to cut your losses. I'm looking at her and saying to myself, damn, imagine if we were still together now and she's looking like that. I pretty much look the same way. I'm the same weight. I've always exercised. I mean, not tooting my horn. I look better now, body-wise, than I did back then. I mean, you can see me in magazines. You see me. I have a big digital presence. But the thing is, when I look like this, and she being a few years older than me, that means that she aged so much more than me. You got to realize one thing. Men, for the most part, not all the time, I see some men age as well. For the most part, men age like wine. Women age like sour milk. I was the fine wine, the Chablis. She was the sour milk. And you should see the difference between me and her now. And she kept looking at me, staring at me when we was talking. And I realized who she was. She was looking at me up and down my body. Because like I said, my body hasn't changed. Like I said, I look better now physically than I did back then. And we talking about some 20 years ago. So in 20 years, I still like this. And I still have a better body 20 years later. What does it say about most of you women, especially you black women? So the thing is, be fit, be friendly, okay? Be feminine. And most of you women are not feminine. Most of you women are definitely not fit. Black women, 80% of y'all are what? Overweight. And then you're the first ones that want a man with a six-pack, want a man that's 6 feet tall, and some of the other stuff that goes with it. But what do you women have to offer? Put in comments, you men, have you been in a situation just like this? Have you been in a predicament that you saw your ex and you was like, whoa, she looks so much different? Sometimes your ex-girlfriend, she went on and got married. And when women get married, they get complacent. Their bodies get complacent. Their cells, their well-being gets complacent. I wonder why. Because they bagged the man. And I'm saying to myself, you know what? I'm glad he is with her because I moved on and I look like this and she looks worse than she did before. Ladies, get your ish together. Ladies, I'm talking about you single women over the age of 45, over the age of 50. You are the first ones that complain about not having a man, but you women sit on your fat asses and do absolutely nothing. I see it all the time. I remember working at my old job. You had these women that were over 50. They were by themselves, divorced. And when you look at them, they want anything to talk about. And they wonder why they're alone. Men, for the most part, like younger women. So if in your 50s, you should be working twice as hard to get that bag, meaning to get that man. But most of you do nothing. Most of you think because of WAP, you can get any man. And say you do get a man and you sleep with him. Is he putting a ring on that finger? Because these same women that I used to work with, they still alone. When they go out with their girlfriends. And if they don't go out with their girlfriends, they go out with their sons on trips with their kids. I'm talking about their grown kids. But wouldn't you rather be with a man? Wouldn't you rather be in Aruba with that significant other? Most of you women are still alone. Most of you women still don't get it. My challenge to you women, get yourselves together. Go to the gym. It's not even about going to the gym. Even if you did a walk, play tennis, go out in the sunshine, do something that you would stay productive, because men like to do things. Men have hobbies, but you women always sitting up underneath a man, and when that man is gone, you're sitting underneath no one else but yourselves. Ladies, gentlemen, who want unfiltered analysis of videos just like this, I want you to do one thing. I want you to hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for future notifications. That way you are notified when a video comes out each and every week. Don't forget to hit that bell notification for future videos. You're watching Rewind.